Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we are reading our way through the Bible. Digging in and reading Proverbs. And today we are going on in Proverbs 2. Let's see if I can get this up here. See if it wants to come up and show me what it's doing. We are going into Proverbs 23, 1 through 35, Luke 20, 27 through 47, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God, getting ready for it. We have got a shout out today for birthdays. Let's see. And it says Gary and Verna Dixon. And that's because Gary and Verna are together, but it is actually, let's see if we can get this up there. It is Verna Dixon's birthday. So Verna Dixon, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best. I know our friend Gary has a nickname for you, but we won't share it today. We won't share it. But Verna, happy birthday to you. And if it's your birthday out there, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey, there's a few guys that we've been praying for, and that is Weldon Whitehurst and my friend Curtis Brown. And I got a message on Facebook yesterday to pray for another fellow. His name is Danny Magliano, and he was a professional surfer back on the East Coast and suffered a crippling accident several years ago and is now a quadriplegic. And he is in horrible pain. The message was directly from him, and he was just asking for prayers. He was supposed to go in and be seen and have some type of procedure to relax what was going on in his neck, and it got canceled. So he is just asking for prayers to get through that. So Danny, there is going to be plenty of prayers out there for you. Plenty of prayers out there for you, my friend. Let's take a look real quickly. Hey, Scott, good morning. Good morning, Scott. Thank you for being here. Well, I got woke up a little bit earlier than I planned on being, so I went back to bed and just barely crawled out of bed in time to get my hair washed, brush my teeth, and get rolling. But we are here nonetheless. We will persevere. So we're going to move ourselves on into Proverbs. Proverbs 23. Proverbs 23. And I want to bring that up. On life and conduct. When you sit down to dine with the ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your neck. Put a knife to your throat if you are a man of great appetite, for it is deceptive food. And put a knife to your throat if you are a man of great appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for it is deceptive food. Do not weary yourself to gain wealth. Cease from your consideration of it. When you set your eyes on it, it is gone. For wealth certainly makes itself wings, like an eagle that flies towards the heavens. Do not eat bread of a selfish man, or desire his delicacies, for as he thinks within himself, so is he. He says to you, eat and drink, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsel you have eaten and waste your compliments. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Do not move the ancient boundary or go in the fields of the fatherless. For their Redeemer is strong. He will plead their case against you. Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to the words of knowledge. Do not hold back discipline from a child. Although you strike him with the rod, he will not die. You shall strike him with the rod and rescue his soul from Sheol. My son, if your heart is wise, my own heart also will be glad, and my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Listen, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Do not be with heavy drinkers of wine or with gluttonous eaters of meat, for the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty, and the drowsiness will clothe one with rags. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it. Get wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who sires a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and your mother be glad. Let her rejoice who gave birth to you. Give me your heart, my son, and let your eyes delight in my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and an adulterous woman is a narrow well. Surely she lurks as a robber and increases the faithless among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contention? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger over wine, those who go to taste mixed wine, do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. At the last, it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your mind will utter perverse things. And you will be like one who lies down in the middle of the sea, or one who lies down on the top of a mast. They struck me, but I did not become ill. They beat me, but I did not know it. When shall I wake? I will seek another drink. So we got plenty of things to ponder there. Plenty of things to ponder. It's telling us not to sit down with people that are gluttonous, kings that have everything, people that have everything and invite you in. And if you are one that enjoys eating, don't do it because the person that invited you is not really wanting you to enjoy his food or his drink. It's talking to us about our children. Be wise. Seek those good things. Seek wisdom. Seek knowledge. Seek understanding. Listen to those who are giving your wisdom. Listen to your father. Listen to your mother. Do not despise your parents when they're old. And then it's also talking about those that are wanting to drink all the time. Those that are drunk. It's saying avoid it. For your own life, avoid it. Yes, you can have a drink in moderation, but no, do not be one of those that decides that they are going to be coming, that they cannot live without a drink. And we know it's difficult. It's one of the biggest scourges of our lives, of our lifetime. alcoholism. And we want to try and avoid that. We want our children to avoid it. We want each other to walk away from it. Grow up. Know what is right. Avoid it at all costs. And sometimes it's difficult. I spent 20 plus years in the liquor business, and I saw a lot of things that I won't ever be able to unsee or think about. I know what the bad things that alcohol cause. I know that it leads to some terrible things, and not everybody can afford to go to glamorous and wonderful recovery centers. Most of them, you have to struggle through it day by day to recover from it. And can be a tough one. I spent from the time I was 18 till I was in my late 30s hanging around and working in a bottling plant and distillery and making liqueur and distributing and partying with people. And I know how bad it can be, because I have seen people that could handle things, and I have seen the far end, and lost some very good friends to alcoholism, people that I really cared about. And when you can't recover from it, when you can't avoid that addiction, and you cannot get away from its grasp, then the story's bad, and there is no good ending. So I would rather seek that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I wished I had a mother that I could turn to as she is old and just let her know how much I cared about her. The time has passed, although I let my mother know plenty and let her know how much I cared about her. We need to make sure that we're doing that. We need to make sure that we're doing what is right so that we can have a good life and turn away from those things that are leading us down that wrong path. I'm going to turn to Luke 20:27. Now there came to him some of the Sadducees, who say that there is no resurrection, and they questioned him, saying, Teacher, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies having a wife, and he is childless, his brother should marry the wife and raise up the children of the brother. Now there were 7 brothers, and the first took a wife and died childless, and the second and the third married her, and in the same way all 7 died, leaving no children. Finally, the woman died also. In the resurrection, therefore, which one's wife will she be? For all 7 had married her. Jesus said to him, the sons of this age marry and are given in marriage, but those who are considered worthy to attain to that age and the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage, for they cannot even die anymore, because they are like angels and are sons of God, being sons of the resurrection. But that the dead are raised, even Moses showed in the passage about the burning bush, where he calls the Lord the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob. Now he is not the God of the dead, but of the living, for all live to him. Some of the scribes answered and said, Teacher, you have spoken well. For they did not have the courage to question him any longer about anything. Then he said to them, How is it that they say the Christ is David's son? For David himself says in the book of Psalms, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Therefore, David calls him Lord, and how is he his son? And while the people were listening, he said to the disciples, beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and love respected greetings in the marketplaces and chief seats in the synagogues and places of honors in the banquets, who devour widows' houses for appearance's sake, offer long prayers. These will receive greater condemnation. Jesus is answering every question that the leaders of the day, the leaders of the church were asking. He's letting them know there is going to be a time. You are not going to be dead. You are going to be among the living, but life is not going to be the same as it is here on earth. We've got to make sure that we understand that. He's telling his disciples, those men in long robes, those men that are getting up and talking, those men that are getting up and praying in front of everyone to be seen by everyone, those men who are sitting in the high places, there is going to be condemnation for all of them. And we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware that our prayer life, the life that we lead, we should be doing things to help others because it's good for our soul. Not to be seen by others, but to do them out of the goodness that God has buried in our hearts. Go out and do great things because you can do greater things than I. Go out, help one another. That's his message. That's his message. Don't be like the Sadducees. Go on and do good things. Live the life that you were meant to lead. And be born again. Come and live your life. And know that there is God. And know that there is a Christ. Know that there is a Holy Spirit. And live your life well. I look forward and I thank you for being here today. I appreciate that very, very much. If you would like to share this out, we would love that. If you'd like to join us again tomorrow, we would look at as we continue our walk through the Bibles and reading through the Proverbs, digging into the book of Luke. This book and the books that we're going to read afterwards, I think are going to be difficult because we are moving closer to the time of Easter. And we just got to dig in and realize that this is what life is about. If we have chosen to follow Christ, we have to understand fully what his life was about and what we should be doing as followers of Christ. Have a wonderful day. Go out and enjoy it. If you've got an opportunity to talk to somebody, I had a chance to talk to my son last night, and I am happy for him. I am just really happy for him. And he's doing the things that he wants to do. And I'm grateful he's a good guy. He's a lot better man than I ever was. And I'm so happy for him. So let's take a quick look up here and just grab these things. Amen, Scott. Priska, doing the right thing is always the way to go. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Priska. Kathy, good morning. Look at that precious child. Precious. Have a great day, everyone. Scott, thank you. Have a great day. And that's what I want to say. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy your day. Go out and be the best person that you can possibly be. Enjoy. God bless.